Last month in the Atlanta area, a young man killed 8 people at 3 different massage parlors. 6 of the victims were Asian women. This was just the latest in the series of recent attacks on Asians in the country. Good Day DePaul Dua Israr looked at how the DePaul community is reacting to these crises.
A rise in hate crimes against Asian Americans has gained national attention and brought responses from activists and government officials. Since the start of the pandemic last year, Asian Americans have been increasingly targeted in hate crimes. Those crimes increased nationwide by 149% from 2019 to 2020. Some believe this increase was fueled by anti-Asian rhetoric that appeared at the start of the pandemic when then-President Donald Trump referred to COVID as the Chinese virus.
I've always said from the beginning that, that when you hear things like the China virus, the Chinese virus, the Kung flu, all of these cringy sounding things, quite frankly, like these words do matter, and I think people kind of took that for granted during the Trump era because I think we were also used to like all of the crazy things he said.
The increase in hate crimes gained national attention following a series of shootings in Atlanta, Georgia. The gunman targeted predominantly Asian spas and killed 8 people, 6 of them women of Asian descent. For some DePaul students who are part of AAPI, the Asian American and Pacific Islanders community, those shootings were the moment when they felt it was necessary to speak out.
Their reaction was, of course, disgusted, surprised that this was all happening, but also what can we do, especially being in like a student leadership position? What can we do to raise awareness and to help the community within DePaul?
What happened in Atlanta, Georgia was just one of the incidents that's occurred. Over the past few months, Asian Americans have been targeted in New York, California, Ohio, and more.
I can't sit idly by and watch part of who I am get dehumanized. It's infuriating in some way,
In Chicago, hate crimes against Asian Americans have increased by 7% in the past year, the highest increase among any ethnic group. In Chicago's Chinatown, a Stop Asian Hate demonstration was recently held and attended by about 300 people to show solidarity with the AAPI community. Similar demonstrations occurred in various other cities. DePaul SGA Senator Alex Shire is urging students to support Asian businesses.
Making sure that you go and support, local AAPI businesses, especially those in Chinatown. And, if you've never been to your local Chinatown, that's also a great thing to do. And just kind of be respectful and try to immerse yourself in people's identities and people's culture.
In response to the hate crimes against Asians, President Biden urged Congress to pass the COVID-19 Hate Crimes Act. The act would help state and local governments improve reporting of hate crimes and create quicker federal responses to those crimes. DePaul President A. Gabriel Esteban released his own statement regarding anti-Asian crimes, writing, "I have faith there are enough people of goodwill who will stand up and join me in condemning all acts of violence and hate towards people who are different from us." Some students say issuing a statement is not enough.
Statement after statement gets old after a while. And statements are great, don't get me wrong. But if you're going to release a statement, you better back that up with actions. And DePaul just isn't doing that.
SGA President Alyssa Esperto says that SGA is working on releasing their own statement, one that gives students resources to reach out to and ways to donate.
Right now, we're also working towards making a statement in support of the APITA community, but also making sure that it's a statement that educates people who don't know what's going on and also provides resources that folks can look into, and then also maybe sources to community funds that people can donate if they are capable of doing so. So those are, I guess, a majority of the things that SGA has been doing, but of course also just always supporting the community in any way possible.
And some are calling on DePaul to focus even more attention on the Asian Studies program and Asian culture.
I would love to see an increase in Asian American culture on campus. I'd love to see an increase in the Asian Studies program. I'd love to see more attention, especially a school with a president who is a part of the AAPI community. I'd love to see more things done.
In the meantime, states all over the country are making efforts to identify those who commit anti-Asian crimes, with many cities listing the issue as a priority. For Good Day DePaul, this is Dua Esrar.